Getting your content ready for this holiday rush can sometimes be overwhelming, especially if your brand or business is on several social media platforms. That means you have to create content for each and every one of those because the formats are all different. What I love about using Adobe Spark Post is that it makes these resizing and preparing the content so much easier and saves a ton of time. So what I've done is I've created a template. Let's say this is a company that sells purses and is gonna have a winter special. So obviously people plan ahead, and this can be something you can apply all year round. So do not worry, it's not just for the holidays. What you're going to do is you're going to open your template and you have your content created. Then you're going to go into the bottom left area and tap on Resize. What you'll be able to do there is you'll see a window pop up and you have all these other formats and sizes that you can use for social media. So depending on where your company is showing up, this is a perfect place for you to go and start. So let's say I wanted to have a different size because I started with Twitter. Then I would go into Pinterest, let's say, because I wanted to have a blog post about it or I wanted to share this on Pinterest. So you tap on Pinterest and then you click on done. As you can see, things have shifted. The image has kind of been resized, but the hard work has been done, and all you have to do is then just kind of modify your image so that things are set up correctly and do some minor tweaks and resizing so that things show up appropriately. As you may notice, sometimes when you resize things, depending on how your image works, you may run into some legibility issues. So keep that in mind. If it does happen, try and shift your content around to areas, for example, not put them here on the top left like I'm putting them where it would be harder to read. So try and work with your image if you can. Another way to maximize this in that sense is put a white background behind, and that way you're not running into those legibility issues. It's something worth trying, and if not, if you have the option of using several images, then that can be a perfect way for you to use a different one. Now, this is kind of what I'm doing. I'm just resizing things so that it's still legible and working with what I was mentioning. Again, keep that in mind. Different formats can provide different sizes for you to use. Now, I finished this. Let's say I was happy with this and I was ready to post this. Obviously, if it's on Pinterest, you want to add maybe something, learn more icon or some sort of imagery so that people are prompted to go somewhere. But for now, this is what we're going to do. The next step for you would be, let's say you need to create another size. So what I would do is you can actually go back to your main tab and you can just select, tap on that one that you just created, then duplicate that. What it's allowing you to do is that make sure that you're not making the changes to that graphic in case you need to go back and make changes. So if you're going to make it for a different format, let's say we're going to change this to Facebook, which is very similar to the format for Twitter, which was the one that I started, but let's just say for the purposes of that, you just can rename the file there, which is super helpful, keep you organized, and then you can go back to the resize area on the bottom left and then tap on your Facebook dimension. Again, it resizes things, and if you have started with a dimension like I did when I started with Twitter, it might be easier for you to actually start with that size template. And what I mean is, let me take you back to where I had. This is the original image that I had started off with, which was a Twitter format. So since it's very similar to the format of Facebook, it makes more sense to start and do the duplication from that to be able to modify. So let me just show you. We're going to just duplicate that. Right now I'm just going to keep it as the copy name, and all you would go to is do resize, go into the Facebook format. As you can see, very little things shifted, and it saves you a lot more time instead of having to recreate it from the Pinterest format that I had. So I wanted to share that with you, and that way you can start using this to maximize how you're going to put your content out and create all these format sizes that you need so that when you're actually coordinating however you're going to post these, you have them all ready, and it's going to save you a ton of time like a designer like me who would have to recreate it from the software that I use. When I am doing this, this is where I go to. I use Adobe Spark Post because it saves me so much more time and being able to restructure things a lot faster. So I hope this was super helpful for you as you are getting to prep your content for the holiday rush.